Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. We definitely have to talk about this because the ongoing drama, the ongoing story of Ezra Miller, the Flash film, all of that continues to unfold, and we have some significant things that happened today, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think is going to happen here, because there is a potential that the Flash film does not release, that it doesn't actually release. It's pretty insane it's getting to that point, and honestly, I'm not going to be too shocked at this point if it does get shelved, but let's see here. So, earlier today, Discussing Film put out this tweet and sourcing the Hollywood Reporter's article that came out this morning, saying Warner Brothers Discovery are considering 3 scenarios for the Flash film. Number 1, Ezra Miller giving an interview explaining their erratic behavior and then doing limited press. This is not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, that is not going to happen. Ezra Miller may do an interview, but I'm telling you right now, that is a horrible direction to go, because regardless of giving an interview to explain what happened and then doing limited press, all the questions are going to be about what's been going on with Ezra. No, it's not going to happen. That's a bad decision. Number 2, which I think this is the most likely option, Ezra Miller plays no part in the film's promotion. That means if they have a world premiere, which I don't think they'll have a world premiere, but if they do, Ezra will not be there. When they have actual actors going out to promote the film and all that kind of stuff, and the director, nope, no Ezra, nothing. And it's going to be awkward, because how do you talk about this film without people bringing up Ezra and all this stuff? It's going to be, if it gets to this point where they actually do press, which I feel like they're going to have to do some sort of press, that they're going to have to basically tell anybody that they trust to interview any of the cast outside of Ezra and the director and all that, that if you ask anything about Ezra, you ask specifically about personal stuff with Ezra, interview's done. You know, we're not going that route. So it's going to be very interesting how they're going to handle that. And the third option, they completely scrap the film. This is something that has been talked about quite a bit in terms of, could they actually scrap the film? Could they actually do it? Yes, they could. Yes, they could. Oh, just got a message. But anyways, continuing. Yes, they could, hypothetically, scrap the film. And I think if you would have asked before the Batgirl cancellation, could they scrap this film? I said they could, but I don't see it happening. But after what they did with Batgirl and potentially other projects, they've already canceled other stuff as well besides Batgirl. But it's possible. I don't know. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because I'm not really sure the validity of this, but this Twitter account has been posting something very interesting. 2 tweets here I want to read to you specifically. Undercover audience. I'm not really sure of the validity, like I said, so take this with a grain of salt, but if this is legit, if this is real, this just goes to show how bad it's getting over there, and this might tie in with the whole Hollywood Reporter article. So, apparently Zaslav got outvoted on Tuesday. This was yesterday, of course. Today, Wednesday, as I'm uploading this video. Zaslav got outvoted on Tuesday with regards to the Ezra situation. Majority of the Warner Brothers Discovery Board wanted to indefinitely shelve The Flash. Indefinitely shelve, which means it doesn't get released, just like Batgirl. But Zaslav was against that. Zaslav wants this movie released. So he called in another meeting today. Zaslav called another meeting today, and sounds like there's a shouting match happening right now at Warner Brothers. Goes on to say this: Zaslav doesn't have confidence and is worried about Aquaman 2. Now we're getting into another film. He fears Aquaman might turn out to be a major dud, might be delayed, which we had heard that Shazam and Aquaman might be delayed. So he doesn't want to get rid of another major property off the DC slate and referring to The Flash. So if Aquaman 2 it's pushed off, or even potentially is going to be a failure, Zaslav doesn't want to also cut something else in terms of the Flash film. So he called another meeting today, but things apparently quickly went tits up. If this is to be believed. This whole thing is honestly, it's a mess. It really is. And the things are continuing to get more strange and weird. And what I think is also interesting too is that Ezra came back to do scheduled reshoots during the summer. And apparently those reshoots, from what we're hearing, have not changed anything in the story, if that's to be believed, in terms of them actually making changes in the film so that the story, like the actual ending, is different or something or whatever. So I don't know. But I'm telling you this right now, regardless of the outcome of this film, whether it gets released, whether Ezra gives an interview, whether there's no Ezra has no part in film promotion, they scrap the film, whatever, you're never going to see Ezra Miller again as the Flash after this, regardless of what happens to this movie. If it comes out, this is the one and only time you'll see Ezra. Because if Warner Brothers Discovery continues with Ezra after this point, after this film may or may not come out, that is the But that is a beyond worse look than what's happening right now, because what's happening is that Discovery, of course, buying out Warner Brothers, they've acquired this project. It's not like they greenlit and then pushed for this. This project was like freaking in the works since what? Before the around the time the Flash show premiered, they finally like announced they were doing a Flash movie. That's how long this thing has been. Of course, not this iteration, but you get my point. Like, not this exact film, but you get what I'm saying. This film, in terms of them trying to make a Flash movie, has been in production for so damn long. Some sort of pre-production with different directors coming and going and everything. It's just been a whole nightmare. So now we get to this part now where the film is not done, but it's had test screenings and everything, and they're still working on it. And they did, like I said, reshoots during the summer. Ezra was a part of those reshoots. But now we're to this point where the news just continues to keep coming out about Ezra and different things that Ezra's involved with. And the question is this film going to be scrapped? Could this film be shelved? How much money could they get as a write-down? Because as we heard with Batgirl, roughly $90 million was spent on that production, and they scrapped that and got 15 to 20 million or so on a write-down. How much would they get for a $200+ million project? I don't know, but it sounds like, if it's to be believed, that Warner Brothers Discovery board meeting was happening and Zaslav lost out in terms of outvoted about shelving the film because they want to shelve it. Zaslav does. It means Zaslav last week during the earnings call for Warner Brothers Discovery says that he was excited. He was excited for The Flash to come out. I don't know. That's a really bad choice of words. Just don't talk about the Flash movie. Just put it out. It's going to be interesting how they market this movie if it comes out. I don't know. I think the probability of these three options are this. I think scrapping the film, I think there's a 5 to 10% chance. I think it's that low. It's possible, but I don't think so. But it could be. That's the thing. We had always thought that there was no chance they were going to scrap this gigantic film because of how much money has been put into it. But it sounds like it could happen if things are being believed. So don't be surprised if the film is scrapped, but I think it's a low possibility. Ezra Miller giving an interview explaining their erratic behavior and then doing limited press, I feel like that's also low as well in terms of Ezra Miller actually participating in press and doing an interview. Now, Ezra might do an interview, but being part of press to promote the film, I don't know. I feel like that's also in the low 5 to 10% in regards to Ezra being a part of the press to promote this movie. Ezra Miller playing no part, I feel like that's like 70, 80, 90% if the film doesn't get scrapped. Like, they're not going to have Ezra anywhere near this. I mean, Ezra wasn't even included in the world premiere of the third Fantastic Beasts film. Was Ezra also doing press up to that premiere towards promoting the film? Because they had other actors promoting. I'm not really sure. But yeah. So at the end of the day, this whole thing is a mess. And I'm curious to know what you guys think about it. Do you think that Ezra is going to do an interview and be a part of the press in terms of promoting the film? Or do you think that Ezra's not going to have any part in the press whatsoever and that the film's going to come out? Or do you think the possibility that the film could be scrapped? Whatever thoughts you have, guys, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this and what do you think is going to end up happening with this film. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.